Hi, welcome. My name is Angelina, and you are watching my end of the month review for K-pop comebacks and debuts, where we basically take those releases and we rank them using a super fancy tier ranking system. So if you're interested in this type of video, then please keep on watching, and don't forget to like, comment, and share this video with friends you don't have. We don't have the pop filter today. We're gonna see how it goes. I also have a different filming angle, shall we say? It's just like zoomed in a little bit. I don't know, but let me know what you think and if you think the audio has improved or it hasn't or all that jazz. But without further ado, let's get into the tiers. Now, if you've been through this before, please feel free to skip through, but let's do this.
땡땡 코코투.
This that pink venom, this that pink venom. We'll discuss that later. Record. Okay, so here we are at Tier Maker, and I have all of the releases we're going to talk about today, and let's do this tier. So at the top, of course, we have Big Booty Bop. These are songs that we immediately become obsessed with, and then we stream them obsessively. I mean, no shit, Angelina. These are Song of the Year material, and they're just, immediately addictive, obsessed with them. Right below, we have Cup of Milk. These are for songs that, they do end up on our playlist, but they might have a shorter shelf life, right? So they might have stayed on our playlist for 1 day, 2 days, I don't know. They're still good, but they're not, they're not that top tier. Right below that tier, we have second gen vibes. These are songs that we more or less casually like. They don't end up on our playlist, but if they randomly started playing, we wouldn't be upset about it. We wouldn't be upset about them. What? We wouldn't be too upset by it, and we probably wouldn't skip them. Right below this tier, we have the Grower Not a Shower tier. These are songs that we might have hated at first. To be honest, they might have been really bad. But through peer pressure, they ended up on the playlist. So they're technically, they're ranked pretty high for what they are, but let's not get into that right now. Right below that tier is my favorite tier, the Forgettable. What am I spelling? Forgettable. The Forgettable tier. I think it's just fun. I guess I didn't do it right still. 2 T's. Okay. The Forgettable tier, I would say, are songs that were more or less hyped up. They were super hyped up. Maybe they're from a really big group, but at the end of the day, I cannot remember what they sound like. They are not memorable to me. Which right below, we have everyone's favorite tier, YG's Dungeon. These are for songs that could use a little bit more time to simmer. Maybe the production isn't the best. Maybe there are just tangible things that I would change about them. Yeah. And right below, we have Not My Cup of Tea. These are for songs I just straight up don't like. I don't like them. I wouldn't listen to them. Are they technically terrible songs? Maybe. But some of them are fine. They're just not my style. So with all that said, let's get into our first review. BLACKPINK have released their second studio album titled Born Pink with the title track Shutdown. For copyright reasons, I will be singing the excerpt of the song. When we pull up, it's a shutdown. Whip it, whip it, whip it, whip it. That part's a little difficult, but thank God they're lip syncing. I'm already canceled. What am I doing? Now, Born Pink offered us a whole whopping 8 songs. And I'm not going to complain because Ready for Love was included, and Ready for Love, Big Booty Bop, Song of the Year. Obsessed. I'm in love with it. I've loved it for how many? 2 years? On that note, we have already spoken about Ready for Love, Pink Venom, and Shutdown. I've done reviews for all 3 of those songs. But where would I rank them now after all this time has gone by? I know how I feel about the songs. We'll see soon. This song samples a classical song from the 1850s, which they say creates a stunning combination of classical music with hip-hop beats. I would definitely agree with that. The sample adds like a unique vibe to the song. It makes it stand out in some ways, despite how minimalistic the song usually really despite how minimalistic the song is at its core. And now I did end up streaming it quite a bit, but I did, for Pink Venom, I feel like I had a lot of criticisms. I thought it was too much of a roller coaster. Like the song didn't really make sense together, but I loved it at its core. The taste that Pink Venom is it's so addictive, and I loved the choreography. However, for Shutdown, I had less criticisms, and I thought it was a lot more easily digestible. But in that sense, it does I don't know, it does make the song fly a little bit under the radar because for me, I don't think the choreography is, as iconic as Pink Venom, like, and I will admit I was unimpressed at first when I made my review. I was like, I don't know how I feel about it, but I feel like it'll last longer than Pink Venom. I was dead wrong. Pink Venom is the equivalent to How You Like That compared to Lovesick Girls. You know what I mean? So Shutdown, though I was initially unimpressed, I still did stream it. I did still really enjoy this song. So I'm going to put it in the grower category. Not quite forgettable. I don't think we could forget about Shutdown, but it wasn't my favorite. Pink Venom definitely higher up. And I don't know if I would have streamed the song if Ready for Love wasn't right beside it, because it just created a vibe. I would listen to Ready for Love, then I would listen to Shutdown. I still have not listened to the whole album. I know, someone take my Blink card away. But I'm waiting for a rainy day because we don't know when we're going to get another album, when we're going to get another song. So, I'm a little stingy with Blackpink songs. There are even some 21 songs that I haven't really listened to yet. It's been a while, but I think I told you guys I haven't even listened to Kick It yet, or Hope Not. There are lots of songs. There's a couple songs that I haven't listened to by Blackpink yet because I was waiting for a rainy day. And I think I'm going to listen to those songs before I listen to this new album. And I take this seriously. I was literally in a supermarket and I think it was Kick It was playing. And I'm like, no. I kind of listened to it, to be honest, but I couldn't walk around like this. But I'm dead serious when I say I save songs for a rainy day. And I don't want to hear it. I am in no rush to exhaust their very limited discography. So I remember I told my toxic Blink friend, I'm like, we should save, this was 2 years ago with the album, like, we should save this for a rainy day. And she was like, hell no. Hell no, I'm listening to that album. I'm like, okay, fair enough. But anyways, I'm going to put this song in the grower category because yes, I did stream it, but I didn't love it at first. And I do think it's a little forgettable, but we'll stick with grower for now. I feel like the zoomed in thing just isn't working. Moving on to NCT 127's Two Baddies. Two baddies, one Porsche. Two baddies, one Porsche. I'll be honest, I was really convinced that the song was just called Baddies. I don't know where the two came in. I feel like it's a Mandela effect because I wrote it in my calendar as Baddies. Even in my review as well, I said, we're reviewing Baddies today. And then it's Two Baddies. I just feel like the two wasn't always there. Now, there was no description for this song. Usually they give out PR press statements. I don't fucking know. Not for Two Baddies. I feel like it's pretty self-explanatory. I don't think we need a description from SM. That being said, this song is an SM song, quite typical. I could have expected this from NCT. I was not surprised. I was not taken aback by this. Busy instrumentals, that typical SM vocal editing, the whole shebang. With lyrics that say, two baddies, one Porsche. Do you like my ASMR, my K-pop ASMR? I thought the lyrics are interesting because it's like two baddies, one Porsche, but they have like 86 members and they excluded one of their members from a group photo book. Like, I don't really know how that happens. But it does make me wonder how often, the group can't be together for a photo shoot. I don't know the whole story. I'm just talking out of my ass. How often is a group not unable to be together for a photo shoot and they just Photoshop that member in? I'm assuming they meant to Photoshop him in and they forgot. Anyways, the day this came out, I actually got up, got ready. I was ready to do a music video review and I got so scared because my reaction was literally like, no, you're kidding. That was like word for word what I said. So I ended up uploading my reaction to this for channel members because I was like, I don't feel like pissing off citizens right now. But I digress. I can 1000% agree that this is catchy, even though it's not really my style. I can still see the allure to it. It's just not something that I would listen to. Like I tried because again, it's catchy. So I tried listening to it and it's a little too busy to me, a little too SM for me. And I'm being nice because the SM auntie in me wants to say a lot worse. Should we bring back K-pop? Hell, I'm kidding. That's a little too far. We are going to put this in, not my cup of tea though, because I honestly wouldn't really listen to it. No scandals detected here. Let's move on. Now we have ONEUS and their comeback with Same Scent from their 8th mini album, Malice. Malice? This is a song that conveys the hopes that your scent will never disappear from their memory. That feels very personal. Like whoever wrote this was like, ONEUS is talking about you in particular, just you. The same scent which is present everywhere is also what makes them feel desperate. Interestingly enough, when I heard the song and, the word 향기 in Korean, scent, it reminded me of so many other songs. And I thought it was interesting because you can't really portray a scent through a song, if that makes sense. Like when you smell something, it triggers memories and all that jazz. And you can describe scents in words and whatever the case may be, but it's not the same. All that to say, you can't smell songs, but you can try to evoke the sentiments associated with them. There's a fly. Can you see it? I'm literally gonna lose it. The songs I was thinking about initially, by the way, are 21's In the Club, I'm Gonna Forget Your Scent Now, Sister's Gone No Longer There, Your Scent Was Here, Now It's Gone, and most notably, Teen Top's Don't Spray Perfume, where he's like, Nuna, don't wear perfume or my girlfriend might find out. Truly a classic. But in ONEUS' song, they talk about scent a little bit more fondly. So I want your aroma, a flavor like you. My interpretation of the song was, of course, they don't want to forget that scent, but it also touches on this kind of fear of how you're going to remember that scent once it's no longer there. Because like I mentioned, you can't smell a song. And honestly, once a scent is not in front of you, you can't physically recall what it smells like, You can't think of a scent and then you automatically smell that scent. It doesn't really work the same as memories. So for them, it's really important to remember that scent, but the lyrics say, I can't get it back no more, which I thought was quite in line with this idea of, once it's gone, it's gone. Paired with the instrumentals, I immediately liked this song and I added it to my playlist. And even, as it left my playlist, I found the English version and then I really ended up enjoying that. So it ended up on my playlist twice. However, do I consider this like a Song of the Year material? I'm not sure because I liked it. I definitely did enjoy it, but it wasn't like an obsessive type of love. So I think a very reasonable cup of milk category will suffice. So that's exactly where we're going to put it. From their new album, Antwerp, NMIXX released their first ever comeback with BADDIES. So far, NMIXX is really known for this type of style that is really busy, We could say they're quite a roller coaster-esque. They have a roller coaster-esque sound, right? Which is not cohesive within the songs themselves usually, right? Because it's a roller coaster. But if you look at their title track discography, bam, it's cohesive. Do you know what I mean? Like they're consistent with their inconsistencies. But anyways, I also reviewed this song, so if you're interested, go check that out. The song is described as comparing NMIXX's adventure of moving forward against the interference from adversaries to a game, with a secret warning to not fall into the dizzying trap. The song conveys the meaning of continuing onwards while enjoying the tension, even though it's not an easy game. I remember saying in my review that there are definitely aspects of this song that I enjoy. However, I would say it's entirely forgettable. I can't remember. There's so many different songs. Despite BADDIES being a lot more cohesive than OO, it's still... it still changes up so much that I really don't remember what it sounds like. And I can remember really loving the beginning and loving certain elements, but I really cannot for the life of me remember what the song sounds like. Like, what is the vibe of this song? So we're going to put it into the forgettable tier, even though I think it's a little high. It's a little high, but it's fine. It's fine. Moving on to CRAXY and their title track, Requiem. Or is it a title track? I feel like for the past 3 months, we have been reviewing CRAXY songs. So I was looking around the video, looking at the description and everything, because I feel like they usually write their own descriptions for their music videos, but there was nothing. I'm sorry, I can't stand this fucking angle. We're going back to the way it was. I think it's a little better, but anyways. As for the song, okay. It was interesting. I feel like they're referencing Let's Get Physical, but I don't, like, it feels a little random if they are. I did like the direction they were going. It was nice and dark. However, I would say there's like some production things that felt a little off. So I'm going to put this actually into YG's Dungeon. I just feel like it would fit there. There was also issues with the fact that they had to censor the music video. And the way they censored it was interesting because I saw the pinned comments that saying like they censored it because they couldn't reshoot because Karen was wearing locks. This is literally what it looks like. I thought it was interesting. I thought they were just going to blur it or something, but I guess it kind of makes sense, right? Itzy released their Japanese single Blah Blah Blah. Now, I wanted to include some more Japanese releases because I think you guys listen to them. Personally, usually when I see a Japanese release, it's usually just like a translation of a title track that already exists, and I don't love that. But I'm willing to look into some original songs. So, what is this song about? I don't really know. I don't know. Do you ever just read the lyrics to a song and it just feels like random words put together that sound all right? Like it just feels there's not a super clear message. And this could just be I looked at some bad translations. Maybe they were off. But anyways, the song was really exciting in the beginning, I have to admit. I especially loved how cool Hyunjin sounded. However, the song like picks up the pace maybe a little too much in the chorus to the point where it just took me out of the experience. I didn't think it fit well. I didn't think it meshed well. The flow was thusly ruined. I don't know what kind of chorus I was expecting or what kind of chorus I would have preferred. But likewise, again, we are going to put this into YG's Dungeon. It just didn't work for me, despite how much I love the verses. Amazing. It honestly felt a little SM for them to pull this on. Moving on to Crush in his new single Rush Hour featuring J-Hope. This song was suggested by Valerie, so shout out to Valerie. And it is described as a song that compares the way people gather together to enjoy Crush Hour to a traffic jam. I thought that was really clever. The use of his stage name within the lyrics of the song. So it's not Rush Hour, it's Crush Hour. At first, I really didn't think it was up my alley at all. It's not really the type of, instrumental that I was immediately drawn to. But the chorus is actually really fun and it reminded me of Wonder Girls like this. I'm gonna try to play some excerpts side by side so you can see what I'm going with, what I'm going for. But just like this upbeat nature, kind of funky as well. And I don't know, the music video also, you can see people dancing in the streets in public, which is the similar concept to Wonder Girls like this. It just brought me back to 2012. It's just not really my style though. Like if like this came out today, I don't think I would really listen. I wouldn't listen to it. But in 2012, I literally listened to everything except for Super Junior. Actually, 2012 was probably nearing my SM Auntie days. Actually, yes. When did Sherlock come out? Because that did it for me. Enough SM slander. Let's talk more about Crush, right? So I appreciate this song from far. I think it's really catchy. It's really nice, upbeat, and fun. It's just not something that I would listen to. So if we had the neutral tier, the It Exists tier, I would definitely put it there. But we're going to have to put it into Not My Cup of Tea. However, I do think there's a slight possibility that this could grow on me. So we'll see. You never know. June from 17 released his single Limbo. The lyrics are described as urging a hesitant lover to let go of their inhibitions and surrender to love. My initial impression was that, down to his voice, I'll show you the excerpt. His voice sounded like Taemin 100%. And the vibes, they're all vibes. It feels like something Taemin could have sang as well. His longish blonde hair and the crop top, heavier on top look reminded me of San and Gorilla. As for the song itself, I felt like the mixing was a little odd, and I don't know if that's intentional to add this kind of sense of sultry mixed with uneasiness to the song, but it wasn't something I enjoyed particularly. Overall, I think I'm gonna also have to put this one into Not My Cup of Tea, but if this seems like something you would like, as always, go check it out. Now we get to check out a debut with mimiirose's. Get this, the title track is called Rose. To be honest, the group's name almost seems like a username that was taken, they couldn't do mimiirose with one eye, so it was taken. They had to do two eyes. I don't know. That's what it looks like to me, like a username that was meant to be something and it wasn't. But anyways, it seems that within the members we have a Girls Planet 999 contestant as well as a My Teen Girl contestant. I did like the instrumentals. The song reminded me a lot of IVE's 11 mixed with Red Velvet's Happiness. So let me know if you agree with that analogy. We do end up getting like a couple changes of pace, but it's not too bad. However, I feel like there's some mistakes recorded into this song. I'll play the excerpt again, but it sounds like if someone was singing live and their earring or their jewelry kind of is smashing into their microphone, like very faint, but still, like I don't know what they were going for. I did really enjoy their use of whistling. I was going to say sniffling, but I don't know why that sounds like a disease. Overall, it felt like, fun early 2000s movie soundtrack of a song. I'm, however, going to put this into YG's Dungeon because I would, of course, take out those weird sounds, but I would also give it more oomph. It just needs it needs a little bit of something more to make it stand out. But definitely not a bad debut. I wasn't mad at it. And actually, their song Lulu, their B-side Lulu, started playing right after the music video. And I casually enjoyed it from far. It was nice. Though the lyrics were a bit random, but you know what? I think sometimes that's quite alluring, isn't it? Put my sneakers on. Moving on to BIBI's Animal Farm. I was invested in this before it came out because I liked the title. I'm pretty sure she's trying to reference George Orwell's book, The Animal Farm. I'm pretty sure she's trying, not the Animal Farm, just Animal Farm. And because the music video looked really kick-ass, like just from the teaser. So I do think she's referencing Animal Farm because there's pig symbolism and all that jazz. I haven't read it yet. I do want to read it one day. But according to Wikipedia, not the Animal Farm, just Animal Farm. Animal Farm tells the story of a group of farm animals who rebel against their human farmer, hoping to create a society where the animals can be equal, free, and happy. Ultimately, the rebellion is betrayed and the farm ends up in a state as bad as it was before, under the dictatorship of a pig named Napoleon. And quite symbolically in the music video, she is portrayed as a pig with an apple in her mouth as she stands she's kind of laying down like a pig on the table, ready to be consumed by all of these elites. But one of the elites is actually a pig himself. So that's where I think this symbolism comes into play. And she ends up slicing his head off. So it seems like a double revolution because Animal Farm refers to a pig that ends up becoming a dictatorship. However, BIBI is slaughtering this pig, thusly possibly ending the dictatorship. I don't know. Regardless, beautiful song. Of course, BIBI has a beautiful voice. I loved the use of guitar, and so I'm gonna put this into very high second gen vibes. Also, fun little anecdote, while I was listening to this on Spotify, the next song that came up, I guess Spotify messed up because I thought it was a BIBI song and it sounded like Romanian or something. I'm like, does BIBI sing in other languages? Because I was really actually enjoying the song. So then I checked it out and it was a different BIBI. So I think Spotify thought that the two BIBIs were the same, but I ended up discovering a new song. So there's that. From their fourth mini album, New Wave, Cravity have released Party Rock. The song is described as an exciting dance song of the pop and rock genre. The song expresses the current moment's happiness and freedom in an excitingly energetic way. I didn't love the verses. The verses weren't my favorites. I wasn't expecting too much from the chorus, but I ended up liking the chorus. I casually enjoyed the chorus. The chorus alone is nice and fun and easy to digest, easy to listen to. It honestly reminds me of a mashup of, say, Dynamite, Permission to Dance, and Butter kind of all mixed together. So I will also be putting the song into... Where do I put this song? YG's Dungeon? I think we're going to put it into YG's Dungeon. Honestly, I did enjoy the chorus, though I would add, again, like a little bit of oomph, a little bit of something more original, just like something to distinguish it from so many other songs that we've heard this year that sound kind of like this. Another little anecdote. So I was trying to re-listen to this song so I could have a fresh perspective once I filmed this. And it started playing and I was like, this is so much worse than I thought it was. This is terrible. What are these lyrics? I don't like this. And I didn't remember hating it that much. But then I looked and I was listening to Boogie Woogie. And I didn't question it because the instrumentals were very similar. The vibes are very similar. And I didn't question it for a whole 2 minutes. For 2 minutes I'm listening to the song thinking like, I do not remember any of this. Like, this is not like, what did... Moving on. The Rose have recently released their single titled Childhood. Don't forget when you're a child. The song is basically a reminder to not forget how you lived as a child, because it's so easy to live with regrets now. So don't live like you have 1,000 years of life, because you don't, and you should appreciate the time that you have. The vocals are really beautiful, though I was confused at first because I thought, Woosung is obviously in this group. And I'm like, is it not a group? Is he the only one singing? Like, I was like, what was the point of him going solo if he's the only one singing? But then I heard another voice. Mystery solved, I guess. 난 정말 mystery. Ow! I'll see myself out. The music video and the song felt very artsy-fartsy, like really... it's meant to evoke specific emotions, it's not just like a fun party dance song. And I didn't think I would love it, I don't often find myself attracted towards these types of songs. But some of the instrumental actually reminded me of Elliot's song from Euphoria, like quite a bit more fast paced than that. But I kept thinking like, "Nakon, shooting you a rocket out from outer space." I don't actually know the lyrics. And it also just, how slow paced it was, how emotional it was. It reminded me of Alexa's song. I don't remember the title, but I enjoyed that as well. So I'm going to put this into second gen vibes. His voice is so dreamy. He has such a dreamy voice. Woosung has such a dreamy voice. So I think this will fit really well into second gen vibes. Lapillus released their first mini album, Girls Round Part 1, with the title track, Gratata. So they literally admitted that they wanted it to sound like a machine gun fire. Gratata. Yeah, I can hear it. But anyways, it's described as a dance pop genre song that captures the aspiration of 6 girls to load and fire their dreams. Hence the machine gun, I guess. I almost entirely skipped this song because I was convinced it wasn't new. And then I remembered it was actually Hot Issue that I think debuted with a song called Gratata. Was it Hot Issue's debut? But RIP to Hot Issue either way. The initial instrumental that we hear was fun. We also hear it in the chorus. It reminds me of mimiirose's debut. And quite a few other songs actually, like MC Endy's. I can't remember. Let me know if you know the song. You hear the instrumental, let me know if you remember the song. So it's fun. I do enjoy that type of instrumental, though I'm predicting it's going to be quite popular, especially since IVE's 11. I feel like, was it similar? I don't remember. The pre-chorus is a little bit rough, but I like the idea of the song. So for me, this is going to go into YG's Dungeon because I, again, would add a little oomph or something. Some of these songs, I like where they're going, but they just need something distinctive to make them stand out. To make them sound a little less quote-unquote generic. Because it did fall a little bit flat for me, but again, I liked the idea. It was catchy though, and I enjoyed the styling. It was really busy, a little reminiscent of second gen. JB has released his second EP, Be Yourself, featuring the title track, Go Up. This is a song that captures the meaning of living one's life freely without any burden and away from people's expectation. The artist shared that he wanted people to feel excited while listening to this song. My friend sent this to me to listen to, and I accidentally ignored it. I'm sorry. But she didn't forget. We were doing like a Zoom type call to figure out the setup of our podcast. Go check out episode 1, by the way. Anyways, she made me listen to it on the spot actually, because she says it reminds her of something. So she wanted me to listen to it and give her my thoughts. And she said it's a little bit of a stretch. So I'm like, okay, I'm good at that. Right off the bat, I thought it sounded like a Shiny song. Let's listen to a snippet so I can trigger wood memory because I can't name the SHINee song. Right? I have no idea. But she said no. She said that's not what she was thinking of. So then there's a part where he says something like, we go up, and I was like, helicopter. And she's like, no. I'm like, okay, what is it? What is this reminding you of? Because I'm not getting it. I even sang Dreamers to her. Yeosang's part where he's like, when we go up, I go up, or when you go down, I go down. Don't quote me on that. She still said no. I was trying my darndest, okay? She ended up saying it sounded like this random ass 17 song. I'm like, you think I know that song? What did she say? Hey, buddy. Irregardless, it's not really my cup of tea. Again, it sounded like, newer BTS sound, say Dynamite, mixed with some SM vibes because I was getting some SHINee. Overall, I think I'm going to also have to put this one into not my cup of tea. But as always, if you like it, please go check it out. Kep1er have released a Japanese single called Wing Wing from their single. I swear to God that I thought that was a spider. It's the fucking fly. Have you been seeing him? Don't tell me you wouldn't have thought that was a spider at first. It's fly up, literally fly. That's the connection I was trying to make. The song is called Wing Wing, but the single album is called Fly Up. I didn't fully understand that because I would think there'd be like two songs, but there's literally one song and it has a different name. I actually don't know. It was fun though. I would describe this as a fun teen crush song that uses the lyrics to imitate the sound of buzzing. So whether it's a bird's wings or a bee's wings. Because I do remember there being like a mention of honey. So I'm not ruling out the bees. Well, was there any references to birds though? I mean, in my heart always. The song was a bit busy, but it was still quite enjoyable. Though the chorus to me read as a little generic. I just felt like I was thinking of a couple other songs. It had some early 2000s vibes. The instrumental sounds, however, were a lot of fun. They were a lot of fun. And of course, the lyrics imitating a buzzing sound. It was cute though. It was definitely cute. I'm going to put it pretty high into second gen vibes. EXID, or as I've literally always pronounced it, EXID. I feel like EXID sounds good. I don't want to spell things out. It's like if MBLAQ were called MBLAQA. MBLAQ. MBLAQ. I don't know why that was so funny. Anyways, this is their 10th anniversary single, X. And the title track is Fire. The instrumental again was very reminiscent of mimiirose's Rose. And what was the other song? Lapillus's Gratata. So at this point in the month, it did feel quite familiar. It's not really the type of instrumental that has been overused at this point, but I do hear it more and more. So I'm predicting it as a trend. Also, I just have to say, I'm so beyond the moon excited that they brought back the booty dance. It's very second gen of them, even though they debuted in 2012, which I would consider Gen 2.5. Despite the overall perfection that is that butt dance, it honestly didn't live up to what I was expecting it to be, honestly. So this one as well is gonna have to go into not my cup of tea. So we're going to end off actually with a couple of songs that I missed last month. So most notably, Billie's Ring My Bell from Ring My Bell parenthesis, What a Wonderful World. I don't want to get, you're not going to catch me today. From their third mini album, The Village of Perception Chapter 2. I actually did a reaction to this for my channel members. And I asked Siri what village meant. And she was telling me the word village. And I didn't catch it, so I'm like, oh, that's what a village is? I didn't question it. I didn't question it. This is an authentic hard rock number that expresses the feelings of facing turning points in lives, such as when children become adults and students step into society. The song tells the story of new beginnings and new resolves. The vibes of this song were, of course, immaculate. I did enjoy the rock sounds because it didn't feel like typical pop rock that you might hear in K-pop. It did feel more authentic. It felt a little bit more hardcore than what you would expect within the K-pop realm. Lastly, we're gonna put this one into second gen vibes. Lastly, we have Rocket Punch's Flash from their second mini album of the same name. Flash is described as a Melbourne. Do any of you guys watch like Below Deck Down Under? I'm literally so sorry. Bounce song, which I googled out of curiosity, and it definitely fit. Obviously it fits, but like I'm confirming it fits. It's basically, and I quote, an upbeat subgenre of electro house that became popular in the early 2010s, which naturally gives this song second gen elements. But anyways, back to Soompi. This song conveys the meaning of stepping into a new world by creating a flash of light that is reflected in various ways. I did enjoy the chorus of this song, again, second gen elements. I almost felt like this could have made a really nice hyper pop sound. I filmed a reaction to this as well with ONEUS' Same Scent and Billie's Ring My Bell for my channel members, but I did find the pre-chorus into the choruses a little underwhelming, and I did want to sing Oh My Girls. Say Jack, so listen. I'm gonna play it, and you're gonna hear it. You'll hear it. With all that said, I would put this one into YG's Dungeon. So here we are, friends. We are finished with the review section of this video, and we're going to move on to my monthly playlist, the monthly playlist, where I share with you songs that may or may not have come out this month. Now I have fucking helicopter in my head. We go up. Where did we end last month? Mainly alone. Okay. I don't know if you guys remember this song. I think it was part of my top 5 2 years ago, 2020, just 2020, that's it. They're basically like a university K-pop group, so it was like a project for the university. They're all students, and they wanted to create a K-pop group without going through the traditional trainee system, all that jazz. I ended up loving this song, and I just rediscovered it, so here it is. Remember, what song was it? We literally just talked about it, and I said the instrumentals made me think of this. The Rose's Childhood. So it just like a faster version of this. Maybe it's just like, it's just an acoustic guitar. Like that's literally it. I don't know. Just very simple and a beautiful song. I kept hearing this song on TikTok, and I thought it was really nice and powerful. Love Demi's voice. So here it is. One is the Same Scent. Oh my god, I actually didn't update this with the songs in here. Ready for Love. This is another song that I heard on TikTok, and I love it. Love it. There's something so mesmerizing about the body. I'll show you. Addicted. Cringe, cringe, cringe. This randomly started playing, and I loved their voices. I think it's a nice vibe. What can I say? I don't know any of the lyrics, to be honest. I only heard this yesterday, but I added it to the playlist. This is the BIBI song, Chocolata. Not bad, right? TikTok again. And that is basically it for this video. Thank you so much for joining. And if you made it this far without, I was going to say canceling. What are you don't cancel anything. If you made it this far without skipping, thank you so much. Leave a, this is my pop filter, don't mind me. Useless! I don't have any ideas, sorry. Leave whatever you want. Leave whatever emoji. Leave your most used emoji, actually. I'm really curious. Mine is the crying face emoji. Seems about right. Don't forget to like, comment, and share this video with friends you don't have. You can also join my channel members by clicking the join button next to the subscribe button. These are the lovely individuals who help support my channel on a monthly basis. It honestly means the world to me. Thank you so much. As for me, I'm gonna get going, but I'll see you guys next time. Bye!